Well, what was supposed to be Harvest Day 4 is now Harvest Day 5. And we're behind. So we can't waste a whole lot of time this morning and get going, which is nice because Blake's already here. And already out. Let's see if I can back out of here. But he's already out on the speed tiller. So we already got that going. However, the other guys should be here shortly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my truck. Well, I'm not actually going to run my truck. I'm going to just run over here to where the trailer is and get that ready and pre-tripped and good to go so that we can start going. Now, if you don't remember from last video, we had to stop all of Harvest Day 4 to bring in some temporary storage for the potatoes. Now, we realized with the two trucks that we have, the two harvesters, and potentially the third today, we realized we can't make the about 12-mile one-way trip to the closest to the co-op to sell it without backing up, especially if we only have 3 people, 2 and one in each harvester and then one myself running the truck. We just didn't have the manpower for it, and we were super far behind on the first truckload alone. Harvesters were waiting. It wasn't good. So we stopped everything. Luckily, the co-op brought in these concrete, they're concrete barriers, but they're temporary barriers. You can see they got the forks on the bottom. They actually got eye hooks up top that the crane can pick them up with. They brought them up. They set them up. So we're going to use this for the time being to store things. It's just potatoes, so they can spend time outside. This will definitely be the first group to get sold over those there. Even though those have been sitting here the longest, we got to get these out of here. But now that we have a spot, we can actually start harvesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop in the trailer that we're borrowing from the co-op. We actually still have all their equipment here. I don't know how long that's going to sit here. I'm not going to complain. They can leave it here if they want, but I'm going to hop in the semi here that we're going to be using today. Leave my truck here as well. It doesn't really matter. And get this pre-trip. That way when those guys show up, we're pretty much ready to go, and I can, they'll run down in probably the service truck or whatever, and we'll get started for the day. That's the plan as of right now. So hopefully we're going by 7:30, 8 o'clock. That would be the best case scenario today. All right, we're pulling up. It's about 8:30. They've been out here. They left a little bit before me, so they've been out here working with the harvesters. That's the third one right there. That's the third one that the co-op was running when we did that other field. But they've been out here, Joey and Dave, for a while, probably about 20 minutes, half hour or so. And they've been going. So I got the trailer down here. I'm going to get in the 8RT here because this trailer is actually pretty full. I think if not all the way full here. You'll probably be able to tell. Yeah, it's pretty close to being full. So we will hop in this. We will turn all of our lights and everything on, and then we're gonna unload this. That way, it's ready to go because they should be getting full here shortly. I'm hoping. We'll see. I'm hoping that this belt will fit in there. We'll find out. But I'm going to unload this, and then... Oh, it's going to be a close one. It's going to be very close. Alright, I'm going to unload this, and then we'll start running cart for him. I found if I raise the... So that end piece there, that kind of straighter piece on the conveyor is an angled piece, meaning you can adjust it. So I found that if you adjust that all the way up, it just like barely goes over, and you're able to unload into that cart, which is a little sketchy. Definitely some risk of spillage there, but it works, and it'll do. It'll help us out a lot today, specifically with the fact that we don't have to run as far, and that trailer actually holds a little bit more than ours do. So we're gonna continue. We're gonna start running, I should say, not continue, but we're gonna continue on this field, making progress. Probably be out here most of the day. And once Blake gets done, he only has one little section left on that large field. So once he gets done, he should be up as well to help. Maybe even run that third harvester. And maybe save some time, cut some time off here. So I'm going to unload. I don't know who this is. I don't know if this is Dave or Joey. See here shortly. Yeah, it's Dave. Yeah, let's get up on the side of him. There we go. And we're unloading. Beautiful. Just kind of, we don't want to go too fast, but don't want to go too slow either. Okay. All right. Done with him. On to the next. I would say that trailer is full. We still got a little bit in here. Actually, our trailer's about half full, but we're going to run this down to the farm and try out that new system we got. So I'm going to try here, if I can, to do a nice loop. And we're going to go see if we can't try out this system. Now, the game plan with this is just to be able to back in as far as we can to those, I guess they're kind of like bunker silos almost. We're just not using them for, you know, clippings or silage or any of that. But the goal is to just back in there as far as we can and dump the trailer, and then as needed, use the front loader that we have to kind of pile it a little bit neater and a little bit better so that we can get more in. That's the goal. Is that going to work? Knowing our luck, probably not, but it's worth a shot at least. So we'll see. But I doubt it's going to work to plan. But again, you never know. So we're going to pull in here actually, and we are going to back in. I'll go around here, and then we're going to back in up the road to the farther silo. That one over there that's got all the stuff from the other two truckload, really. The other one was kind of empty. But that's the overall game plan, so we'll see if we can't do that now. I'm just going to go over the grass, even though we put that road in there. It's just going to be easier if I can go over the grass. Straighten her out a little now. I want it kind of close to the center. See how far back we want to go. Go a little bit farther. I guess we can go just pretty far back, and then we can kind of like use the dump truck method. Okay, let's see here. So, if I unlock this, and then I do this, our truck should go up. We should be able to unload it. I don't know. Can't really tell how much is out. Oh, we're only getting a limited amount out. We're gonna have to definitely use the front loader then. See if I can't get up a little. There we go. There we go. Okay, we'll close that while we're pulling away here. And then what we're going to do is, I know they're going to be waiting on me here, but I want to kind of get this situated just to kind of show you guys real quick. We'll hop over, if I can sneak my skinny butt in here. We'll hop over into... There we go. Hop over here. And we'll take this bad boy. we'll just kind of see what we're working with here. There we go. Now, you might think this is going to hurt the potatoes, and yeah, we're going to crush some, and it's not going to be pleasant. But the honesty of it is most of these are not going to be whole potatoes. Most of these, they're going to the co-op. They're going to be used for either seeds of some sort. They're going to be mainly used for feed. That's what the co-op that these are going to mainly uses them for is feed, for like pigs and all that other stuff. So it doesn't matter that these are the highest grade potatoes in the world, right? They're not going to a supermarket to get sold. They're going to be used for other types. So doing what we're doing, I don't feel bad about, and you know, destroying certain potatoes. I don't feel horrible about it. Again, they're not high grade potatoes. They're just going to the co-op to get used for feed and you know, other things like that, biofuels, you name it. The list goes on and on and on. That's pretty much what they're getting used for, though. Okay, let's see if I can't get up and behind it. We got a nice little gap back there. But that's pretty much what we're doing here, is what you see. We're just doing this. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire process. We're going to do this all day. As we continue to make progress here with this potato field, we've actually learned that it's easier if we just take the truck out there and we just do everything with the truck. Now, we still got the trailer hooked up here, but we're able to kind of line it up a little bit better here. And we can hold more, so that means less trips. And ultimately, it just means it's quicker. I mean, the truck goes faster. It hasn't rained, so it's not super wet. I mean, it rained the other day, yes, but it's not super wet out here anymore, which is good. So it allows us to collect more. We can essentially unload each harvester a time and a half, if that's, you really do the math, and it's just quicker. We can drive faster. We don't have to unload it. You know, we don't have to unload from the harvester into a tractor, into a truck, and then to the bin. We just harvest, or we just unload right into the truck, and we're done. That's it. It's one time instead of shuffling it 3 times, which is nice. So that's what we've been doing the last couple runs. It seems to be working out good. It's 10:15 now. We got a good section of the field done, and we're making progress. So hopefully I think we're going to get that 3rd harvester going here shortly. So that'll be nice, and hopefully it doesn't take too much longer to get this knocked out. So while unloading this, I actually just got a call that Blake is done, which is nice. So we're going to be able to, I'm going to pick him up. We're going to be able to get him going on the 3rd harvester, and we'll be cranking at that point. We'll have all 3 harvesters going. I'm going to be probably the slowest factor with this. So I'm going to wait for him to come out of the field, run him over, and have him grab the 3rd harvester, and we'll get cranking here full speed ahead. We are going to be done with potatoes today. We've already made that decision, no matter how late we have to be. So as soon as he gets over here, we're going to have 3 harvesters going, and that'll be nice. What you see in front of me is pretty much all that's left. There's a couple little sections. I don't know. Yeah, you can see a little where they didn't make, and there's a little section over the hill there. But this is it. It's 20 after 1, and it's pretty much done. Which is good, because we can't fit much more in our storage bins there. So one of these harvesters, get out of his way. One of these harvesters is going to go and collect the rest of them while the other 2 finish this segment up. And I think it's going to be the one that's right there. But we're almost done. And it's almost the end of harvest. After this, we got one little small field. Soy field. No, wheat field. Sorry, it's a wheat field. and then we're done. So we're almost there, boys. Well, this is the last little bit that's from this field. It is 20 to 2, 140 right now. And the last little bit's getting filled up. I don't know actually how full I am, so hopefully you can get it all in. But once he's done, he's gonna take off with the other two to head to lunch. It looks like that's it right there. I see the conveyor stopping. I'm gonna go unload this now. Hopefully I can fit all this in. If not, we're gonna have to do some shuffling with the front loader. We've actually done pretty good with packing in like the potatoes and whatnot to those two temporary, whatever you want to call them. I've been calling them bunker silos because that's kind of what they look like, even though they're not. They're just prefabbed walls that you can place anywhere. But we've actually done a pretty good job of kind of packing them in leaving enough room so that air can flow through it still, because that's how potatoes get moldy. From what the co-op guys were saying, is if they don't have enough air going through them, then they mold and they rot, and then they're useless, even for just the stuff that they're doing, like the feed and whatnot and the fuel. So we've tried to do a good job where we can pack them and get all of them in there, but also allow air. And it's been close, and this truckload's going to be super close. But you could see, I mean, they're full. They're super full. So I'm going to back this in and unload this. I actually don't know which one I want to unload it into, but I'm going to figure that out, because both of them are about the same, I think, at this point. And then once we're done with that, we're actually gonna go get lunch. And then once we're back from lunch, we're actually going to load those harvesters up and get them off to the co-op. That way they have them, they can go through them. We were the last ones to use them, so no one else there. It's not a huge rush, but you can see, I mean, we've done a pretty solid job. There's a pretty good space here and whatnot, but overall we've done a pretty good job filling this. So I'm super happy, super excited. We'll over the winter, and like I said, probably into the spring when we're planting and whatnot, we'll slowly get rid of these, those two silos, as well as everything in these as well. We don't plan on doing potatoes again, but we got to get them out of here. None of this is ours, so they just have to go. I'm pulling into the farm right now with the 8RT. Now, this is the one that's from the field that we had the cart hooked up to for potatoes. And I'm just going to shut it down right here and leave it here. We're on our way. We've made 4 trips so far to the co-op so far, bringing stuff back and forth and whatnot. We brought the truck, or the trailer, I should say, back, and all 3 harvesters. The next thing we're going to bring back here is the forklift, because they are going to need this there. So we're not going to leave this here. We're also not going to leave the roller here. Actually, I did talk to him. The roller might be staying, but regardless, we're going to bring this back, and now we're not going to drive it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually drive this down to the field that we were harvesting, the potato field down there, because I have the trailer, or the cart, loaded up on the flatbed down there, and we're going to put this on the end, and hopefully it fits. I think it will. Hopefully it fits, and we can take both of these in one shot back to them. So I'm going to get that down there, get that loaded up, and then we'll head and make our last trip to the co-op for today. It's only 3:30-ish, so we're making really good time, and we're ready to go. I'll be able to fill you in on some other stuff that I got planned coming up soon. We've made it to the co-op, and now, if you remember, it was not this busy before. They have gotten a lot of their equipment back. It is the end of harvest season, so they've gotten a lot of their trailers. They've gotten a lot of their, both of their harvesters. Obviously, the potato harvesters, you can see they got 3 of them sitting here. Oh, look, those are the ones we brought back. They got some of their tractors and stuff back, so they've slowly gotten their I guess, inventory back. They also got, there's the trailer we brought that we were using. But we're here to drop off this forklift and this trailer. Now, this trailer is kind of sitting up there sketchy, but it is what it is, So we're going to power this bad boy on. There we go. We will turn our beacons and our 4-ways on because we're on the side of the county road right here. Put our forks down, that way we don't hit them on the pavement when we go down here. Let's lift these up a little. They said they wanted this around the corner. There we go. kind of over by where their trucks were, I guess, somewhere in that area. Speaking of trucks, they did say. So here, let me park this. Park it right here for now. I think that'll be fine. Because we're going to be using this here in a minute. I'll tell you why. But they did say, so this was the service truck that they were using, or one of the service trucks. Obviously, they got the van, but this is the service truck they were using when they were hauling that fuel trailer, when they were working on the harvesters, obviously. They say they're selling it because they just got this. It's just a newer model of it. Ram 5500, blacked out with their logos and everything on it. Brand new, just a year newer. This is a 2020 instead of a 19. Also got this nice trailer. I wish I had one of these. This would be super nice. But they say they're selling it. They want $25,900 for it. I could probably get them down a little bit lower. But man, this looks like a nice truck. I'm honestly considered buying it to have as a service truck around, you know, our farm. It would be nice to just have that additional truck. But anyways, we don't need that right now. I might stop by later and pick that bad boy up. But they said to get that trailer off, instead of they're using their tractors here. That one's getting some work done on it. They said we can use the skid steer. This is a brand new Kubota. And actually it's nice because the Kubota dealership just opened up in town. But they say they got this trailer ball on it that we have, and they say it'll work. If I go up and I do that, there we go. Look at that. So let's see if I can get this without destroying it off. There we go. Done that back tire now. Front tires are down. Okay, back tires are down. Beautiful. We'll sneak this way here so we're not. Oh. We're good. Little sketchy. Little sketchy, but I think we're good. Oh, this is a little far more than sketchy at this point. Let's lower this. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, that helped. Okay. I'm not used to this. It's weird because everything's reversed from what you're used to, right? Like, just it's weird. A normal trailer is just it's different. This is on the front. Anywho, they want this. I think they said they wanted it next to this, between these two. Like that's the another potato trailer, and that's a potato harvester. And I think they said they wanted it right in the center, which it looks like it'll fit. So let me just get out and verify. I'm not going to hit that. I am okay. Try to sneak this in here if I can. The problem is this has rear steer when it's hooked up. And I don't like rear steer. Those tires there's no need for them to have rear steer. But anywho, we got it. Okay. We'll unhook that there. And I don't know if they're going to need this over here again, but we'll leave it right here for them. There we go. Like a glove. Oh, yeah. Legitimate glove. Okay. So, anywho, while we're here, what we're going to do is we're going to pick up, if you remember, we picked up our lime from over here, but we didn't get any of these, we didn't get any of our herbicide or fertilizer, liquid fert. So we're going to load up our trailer with what we can right now while we're here and take that back, and then we'll come and get the rest at a later date. But while we're here and we got an empty trailer, might as well. So we're going to do that, get that loaded up, and that'll probably conclude the rest of our activities for the day. All right, we just pulled into the warehouse, and you can see we got all but, I think, 12 totes of our liquid fertilizer for the year, for the coming year of that matter. However, because this isn't on our normal enclosed trailers, we can't back up to any of the normal ramps, right? So what we got to do is we actually got to park here and bring the forklift out and bring everything in. We should really fix that door to swing inward. We got to bring everything in through this side gate here in the ramp, which is going to slow down the process a little. Not horribly though, but we got. I can call one of the other guys. We got 3 forklifts here, so we can run that. But we're going to stock up this room here. We do have some liquid fertilizer over here, so that's what this entire wall is going to be, is liquid fert. And then everything kind of in this area. Unfortunately, these totes don't fit under the, or on the pallet racks, with the exception of obviously the top one. So it will be kind of condensed in here, but we'll get it done. So that's kind of the plan moving forward for the rest of the day, to get that done. We might do another trip. I doubt it though. We'll see what happens when time comes. But I'm gonna grab a forklift. Probably call 1 or 2 of the other guys to come help me, and we're gonna get going and get this taken care of. Get this truck unloaded. Well, we're nearing the end of my day, and the rest of the guys just took off. We actually ended up doing a second truckload of chemical from the co-op, which was nice. We were able to get a lot of that taken care of. We do have one more load of pretty much all herbicide that does have to come back. But other than that, all the liquid fertilizer and just shy of half of the herbicide is here. It's in the warehouse, stored up, ready to go. So we do have to get the rest of that liquid fertilizer, or excuse me, herbicide, as well as Pioneer Seed called yesterday, actually. I didn't tell you guys this earlier. They called yesterday. They got most of our seed ready for next year. So we're going to have to go pick that up at some point. But I want to take you kind of around to this field down here, just show you what needs to be done, what's left to be done. Because there's not much for harvest 2022, whatever you want to call it. There's not much left. There's one field, and we're going to do this field a little bit different because this is a wheat field. We're actually going to bale all the straw that comes out at the end, and we're going to sell it. So we're going to rent a baler from the co-op, and once we go through and actually harvest everything, we're going to bale it so that we can get the bales, and then we can sell the bales to a local farm. So I'm going to take you there, and we'll talk a little bit more once we get there. All right, we're just pulling up to the field now, and you might recognize this area. This is where we did all of the... you might be able to drive. This is where we started the potato harvest to start this. And you might notice it's full of weeds. It's not going to be the greatest crop whatsoever. But we might come out and spray this. I haven't decided yet. If we do, it'll be tomorrow at the latest. But you can see that there's wheat here. Again, it's not the best. There's so many weeds and whatnot in here. Bunch of birds. But we're gonna get it out of here. It's still got to grow quite a bit, so it's probably gonna push us into winter wheat at this point. Even it's gonna be like a late. It's really early winter wheat. But this field goes down, and then it kind of turns around and goes over those hills there. So that's the only thing left, but it's still got some time. We'll probably end up spraying it too, just to get some of this junk out of there. But that's all that we have left. So with that being the only thing left of harvest, you might ask, well, what's next? And this is something that I've debated the last couple weeks, really. What's next for the farm? What are we going to do? Obviously, we got to get ready for planting next year. But we can't plant over the summer, or excuse me, over the winter, and there's only so much we can do around the barn. So what's next? Well, we got all these potatoes that we have to sell. And that's going to be our primary goal, because we want to get rid of these storage sheds specifically. And they're just taking up a lot of room. We want to get them out of here. So we're going to sell the potatoes. Now, obviously, we have tons of room I mean, we got an 8-bin setup, and these bins are like 3 stories, 4 stories tall. So we have plenty of storage in there for next year's harvest and even the years after. So this is not the primary goal right now. Even though corn prices are high and we do have some corn in there, we want to get rid of this stuff first, because this is, yes, it's storing money, but it's also taking money out with the amount of stuff that we have to rent, right? We're renting all of these silos and all of these storage bins from the co-op, and that's money that's coming out. So we want to get rid of this as soon as possible. And that's what we're going to start doing here shortly, once we kind of get things wrapped up. But on top of that, I want to make some improvements to this farm. I want to make this farm my own, right? This obviously worked for my uncle in this setup, and it's great. But the machines and whatnot, there could use some updates. You know, I want to go to a different planter system. I want to be able to, you know, get some different cultivators and whatnot going. Maybe even another piece of heavy equipment, because at times we are lacking in machinery, and it is challenging. So I got some plans going. I've been debating, but for now, I'm going to wash my truck for the night, and I'm going to go call it an evening. So thank you all for tuning into this episode and this video. I do appreciate it, and just stay tuned, because there are some big changes coming to the farm.